Many of us are wired to figure things out. You assess, you analyze, you build a plan, you execute. And for a lot of what life throws at you, that works. Until it does not. Until you find yourself in a season where your best thinking, your best effort, your best strategy is not enough. And then the question becomes, what do you do when you cannot solve the problem with your own understanding? That is exactly where this scripture meets us. Welcome back to SOAR with God. I'm Andrea, and this channel is for people who want their faith to work in real, everyday life, not just on Sunday. Today we are in the S of the SOAR method. Shift your mindset. And this is one of the biggest shifts that you can make. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." I want to focus on two words. Lean not. Not lean less. Not lean on God a little more than yourself. Lean not. And that is a complete redirect. Because leaning on your own understanding doesn't always look like arrogance. Sometimes it looks like responsibility. It looks like carrying everything alone. It looks like making decisions that are based only on logic, data, and what you can see. It looks like pushing forward on a plan because you have already invested so much, even when something in you knows it is time to stop and listen. It looks like staying quiet about what is hard because you think that you should be able to handle it. That is not always strength. Sometimes it is self-reliance, wearing the clothes of strength. And Scripture tells us clearly, do not build your life on that. To trust in the Lord means more than believing God exists. It means putting your full weight on him, not keeping one foot on the ground as a backup plan, not trusting him in theory while still controlling everything in practice. Trust takes surrender, and surrender takes humility. For me, this became real when I was passed over for a promotion that I had worked hard for and I fully expected to receive. My first instinct was not to trust. It was analysis. I wanted to figure out what went wrong, what I needed to do differently, and how I was going to fix it. But God was not asking me for a better analysis. He was asking me for trust. And the moment I stopped leaning on my own understanding of what my career was supposed to look like and submitted that path to him, everything began to shift. 3 years later, I had completed a master's degree, earned 2 coaching certifications, and opened my own coaching practice. Not the path I planned, but it was still a path God could use. That is the promise in verse 6. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Not easy, not obstacle-free, straight, purposeful, directed, aligned. God doesn't just clear the path, he aligns it. But notice the condition, in all your ways. Not when you run out of options, not when your plan fails, in all your ways. And that is why shift your mindset is the first pillar of the SOAR method. Because you cannot overcome challenges you are still trying to control alone. You cannot activate a God-given plan while clinging to your own version of how it has to happen. Everything starts here, in the mind, in the surrender, in the decision to trust God more than your own understanding. So here is your SOAR moment for this week. Identify one area in your life right now where you are leaning on your own understanding. Write it down. Then bring that one thing honestly before God. Name it. Name what you are afraid of. And then pray Lord, I trust you with this. I will not lean on my own understanding. Make this path straight. That is where the shift begins. If this spoke to you today, please subscribe. New videos come out every week to help your faith work in real life. I'm Andrea, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep soaring with God.